might swerve in that corner, whoa. Bitch, hold on tight, cause I tweaking this bitch.
Yo, Edit Jordy.
And I heard that she on the show. Me who she be, I'm kinda fucking with it. Show me some more. Bitch, we tatted head to toe, could give a fuck the story road. You wanna tweak it up with me, and I'ma show you how that go. Like the money in my pockets blow. They having combos about me, these pussy niggas don't know.
What's up, fuckers? Welcome to Call of the Game. It's your boy Shane here. Yes, sir. We are back, so back. It's crazy. Alright, let's get right into it. So, we gotta let's recap the playoffs a little bit. My Birds were in the Super Bowl facing the Chiefs yet again. The fraudulent Chiefs. You're invited to join our community. Don't care. I do not give a fuck. Yeah, so I started recording on this new site because the site I was recording on ran out of storage on the free version, and the cheapest one is $20 a month. So fuck that. We're on a free trial for this other site. Anywho, yo, real talk. How the fuck did Drake May, who started week 5 or 6, and then fucking Russ, who came in like week 7, make the Pro Bowl over Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, or even CJ Stroud? Yo, the Pro Bowl is a joke. Like, this is why I didn't predict who made the Pro Bowl, because, like, it's a joke. At least NBA All-Star, they get it mostly right, most of the time, which we'll review that in a minute. Oh yeah, by the way, we got a different angle today, mainly because my computer is plugged in right now, and I don't feel like getting up and getting the charger at some point. So we're just gonna stay like this the whole time. Actually, hold on. That's better. See, now it's more like the studio. See, there we go. Alright, we got the Curry jersey, we're good. So let's go back to a wild card weekend. Texans blew out the Chargers 32-12. I thought the Chargers were for sure gonna win that game. I was getting one and done vibes from the Texans. Dude, speaking of the Texans, we'll talk about them in the divisional round game in a minute. Ravens beat the Steelers by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Steelers were always going to be one and done, let's face it. Eagles blew out the Packers the next day, 22-10. And then the Bills blew out the Broncos. That was a pretty close game at half, and then the Bills really pulled away in the second half. Yo, Broncos have a bright future. I'm not sure about Bo Nix, but Broncos have a bright future for sure. And then, yo, Commanders, dude, Zane Gonzalez with the doinker, the win. That was crazy. I thought the Bucks were a dark horse to come out of the NFC. The next thing you know, they lose in the first round. Yo, speaking of wildcard teams, you know what I saw the other day? Even though this post came out like middle of January, I think this post was from like January 15th or something. Don't know why I've just seen this now. The last time an AFC wildcard team won was the 2020 Browns. That's insane. And then, yeah, Rams blew out the Vikings 27-9. Yo, not gonna lie. Listen, Sam Darnold's a stud. I would love to see him run it back with the Vikings, but they have every right to roll with J.J. McCarthy next year after how he played the last 2 games. But if I'm Sam Darnold, unless the Vikings don't want me back, I'm re-signing with the Vikings. For sure. Like, come on. Why would you go somewhere like the Raiders or the Titans? No. Maybe he would be a good fit on the Steelers, maybe. And then, alright, divisional round. Chiefs beat the Texans 23-14. Yo, shout out Joe Mixon for calling out the refs' bullshit. Yeah, that was crazy. Good for him. That game was a blowout for a while, and then the Texans almost came back and won. Crazy. And then, later that night, the Lions sold. Lions really sold that game, because Jaden Daniels went off. Commanders ended up winning 45-31. And then the next night, Eagles barely beat the Rams 28-22. I thought we were going to sell that game at first, but Jalen Carter was a menace that game. God damn. And then, Bills barely beat the Ravens 27-25. That was probably the best game of the whole playoffs. That was probably the best game of the whole playoffs. Yeah, Mark Andrews sold so hard. I had a feeling the Ravens were going to come through and tie it up. But did not expect Mark Andrews to sell there, not going to lie. And then last week, Eagles put up the most points for a team in playoff history with 55 points, 55-23, 6 rushing touchdowns, 3 for Saquon, 3 for Jalen Hurts, 1 for Will Shipley. Shout out Will Shipley, who had like 77 yards. And then Chiefs beat the Bills by a field goal, 32-29. Yeah, the refs. I mean, I was coming back from Philly during that game, but refs weren't very good now, were they? Like, there was a whole Twitter thread of all the missed calls. You know, we got the turnover on downs. That should have been a first down. Chiefs were in the neutral zone. What else was there? What else was there? I can't think. I'm brain dead. Alright. Anyway. So yeah, Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. Listen, last time it was a revenge game against Brady to stop a three-peat. This time it is a revenge game against Mahomes to stop a three-peat. Eagles are winning. The Chiefs are the biggest frauds in the history of frauds. If you need the refs to bail you out of games, come on. And I see so many people ripping the Chiefs. Come on. It's never been more over for Patty Mahomes. I didn't think the Eagles were going to come through and win this year. But out there against the Chiefs, I couldn't be any more confident that they're going to come through and win next year. All right. So we have our official All-Star teams. We have some not so happy campers. Trae Young got snubbed. At least he feels like he got snubbed. I don't think he deserved it over guys like Hero or Darius Garland. And then Devin Booker pissed he got snubbed, even though there's absolutely no shot the Suns were getting 2 All-Stars when they're a playing team right now. Obviously, you know, new format is different. Pretty fucking stupid. Yo, Adam Silver might be a brain dead idiot. Like, I could probably do a better job of running this league than he had. I'm sorry. 10-minute quarters? Are you fucking serious? 10-minute quarters. You're considering that. What? Are you fucking stupid? Like, come on. Someone needs to summon the ghost of David Stern. Like, what are we doing here? So how this new format, basically, you know, Kenny Atkinson and Mark DeJagno. He's the coach of the West this year, right? Yeah, because it was Chris Finch last year. So, and then I think their assistants are the 2 coaches for the other 2 teams. I know one of them's a Rising Stars game, and then the other 3 teams, I guess they'll be picking like right before the game. It'll be 3 teams of 8. I'm sure it'll be like how it was with the captains format. Starters first. Yeah, starters first, then front court. Yeah. So on the Eastern side, our starters: Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell. Oh, word? They fixed my windshield? Fuck yeah. Alright. Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Those are our starters. Well deserved. I had LaMelo as a starter, but I'm not complaining that Brunson or Mitchell are starters. They both deserve it, for sure. Now our reserves. Also, 2 second-time All-Star Jalen Brunson. Yo, Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, 6 straight All-Star appearances. That's crazy. Giannis is 9-time All-Star, Cat 5th All-Star appearance. Alright, Jaylen Brown is first reserve, is 4th All-Star. Cade Cunningham, 1st-time All-Star. Darius Garland, 2nd-time All-Star. Tyler Hero, 1st-time All-Star. Dame Dalla, 9-time All-Star, just like his teammate Giannis. Evan Mobley, 1st-time All-Star, and Pascal Siakam, 3rd-time All-Star. I can get behind this. I mean, you could argue LaMelo got snubbed. I would get behind that. I'm not happy Maxey got in, but I see why he didn't. I will say this. All the guards, all 4 guards that were reserves, they all deserved it. They all deserve it. I keep seeing them hating on Tyler Hero for getting in over LaMelo, but like, he's carried the Heat this year. Come on now. Like, they're a hot mess express over there. You know, we got the whole Jimmy Butler drama. He's suspended indefinitely. Probably played his last game with the Heat, if we're being for real. And Bam's having a down year as well. Yo, speaking of the Heat, yo, Khalil Ware, he's been a fucking dog lately. And you're telling me he's the front runner for Rookie of the Year right now, and he didn't even make the Rising Stars game? I mean, I'm sure he'll probably take Jared McCain's spot. Actually, I don't know about that because he's a big and Jared McCain's a guard. But, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Yo, him and Bam are a deadly big man duo. Just saying. Alright, on the west side, we got his 3rd straight All-Star appearance, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, front runner for MVP right now. Yo, he's had, 2 50-point games the last week. That's insane. Steph Curry, 11-time All-Star. LeBron, his 2021 All-Star game appearance. KD, 15-time All-Star. Jokic, 7-time All-Star. Anthony Edwards, reserves Anthony Edwards, 3rd-time All-Star. James Harden, 11-time All-Star. Listen, I was not expecting him to get in. I can get behind him getting in. I do think Kyrie was more deserving than him, but James Harden deserves it for sure. I mean, I think Norman Powell's better than him, but there's been so many good front court guys in the West this year that I don't know if he was ever getting in. But the Clippers have been rolling without Kawhi. Just saying. I mean, even though he's back now, but still. Alright, 2nd-time All-Star Jaren Jackson Jr., well deserved. 1st-time All-Star Jalen Williams. Fun fact, I had him on my preseason predictions for All-Star. AD, 10-time All-Star. Alperen Sengun, who got snubbed last year hard, barely missed it, 1st-time All-Star. And Victor Wembanyama, who you could argue should have started, 1st-time All-Star. 6 first-time All-Stars this year. That's crazy to think about. I don't know. Kind of wild. I think if someone were to get hurt, I think LaMelo is probably the first guy up for the East, and then for the West, I'm sure a guy like Kyrie or Ja too. One of those guys would be the first guy up for the West. Yeah, for sure. And then a couple of games to highlight for college basketball. Give me a second, sorry. Kentucky beat Tennessee the other night, 78-73. Nice little upset there, eh? Yo, Tennessee has been blowing it against good teams. They might be frauds, because they got blown out by Florida a couple weeks ago, and then they lose to Kentucky. Oh, yeah, and they lost to Auburn by 2 a couple nights before. I was watching that Michigan State Rutgers game last week. Was pretty good. Yo, Dylan Harper airballed at 3. Also, first mock drafts, NBA and NFL coming up later as well. Don't know if I said that already. Missouri beat Ole Miss, and they beat... Who else did they beat recently? Fuck. They beat someone good recently. Was it Kentucky? It might have been Kentucky, but I don't feel like looking that up. Anyway, where was it? Yeah, and then Purdue beat Michigan. That's a good one. Yeah, and then Ole Miss, who lost Missouri last Saturday, they beat Bama recently. That was a good one. And then Houston beat Kansas in double overtime. That was insane. Yeah, Hunter Dickinson, still a bitch, no doubt. Yeah, I think we recapped enough. Now it's time for... If you bet on this, call the number. Right here today, Bovada posted this at 1 a.m. last night on Twitter. Which TV commercial will air first between these two franchises? Little Caesars and Taco Bell, both minus 115. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I would rip Little Caesars. I feel like I see way more Little Caesars commercials than Taco Bell. Even though up here, there's no Little Caesars around here. And there's like 2 Taco Bells in the area. But, if you're betting on TV commercials for the Super Bowl, call the fucking number. What are we doing? Now it's time for Eskimo Brothers. Brrr. So, we got a little more famous. We're getting a little more famous today. Kendall Jenner. If you don't know who Kendall Jenner is, you're fucking brain dead. Alright. So, Kendall Jenner, she loves her athletes, just as any Kardashian should. She dated Ben Simmons on and off from June 2018 to February 2020. Yeah, right after his rookie season. Like, she was on him, like, she was going after it, eh? Yeah, the Kardashian curse really hit him hard, for sure. And then, right after they broke up, February 2020, 4 months later, she starts dating Devin Booker from June 2020 to October 2022. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're back together. Haven't seen anything recently, but I'm pretty sure they're back together. Alright, that's that. Now, last episode, I said I was going to talk about some ridiculous fines. I will be doing that. I just got 5 examples here. 3 of them are NBA, 2 of them are NFL. The first one, you guys remember the Tyler Hero, Amen Thompson scuffle back end of December? Amen Thompson threw Tyler Hero to the ground, but Tyler Hero got fined $25,000 for getting thrown to the ground. Huh? No shot. Like, you're telling me he didn't start it. He got thrown to the ground and he gets fined $25,000. That makes no fucking sense. What? Alright, next, I got an NFL one. Nico Collins, one of my favorite receivers right now. He's a beauty. He got fined $5,000 back in, it was either December or November, I forget. It was late in the regular season. He got fined $5,000 for throwing his touchdown catch to a child in the stands. Wow, Roger Goodell, you really are a bitch. Yo, so how come commissioners of sports leagues are like the biggest pussies ever? I don't know. That's crazy to me. Yeah, Nico Collins even said, like, it was worth the fine. That says a lot. Alright, next, the Sixers, back in November, they got fined $100,000 for the whole Embiid situation. He barely played the start. He didn't really play until middle of November. I think that was his first game against the Knicks when Cat bullied him. Whenever that was, I forget. And even I think Embiid got fined, and not just fined, got suspended and fined for the Arthur Hayes situation. Adam Silver hates the Sixers. He's a Knicks fan. We're all aware of this. Come on now. Next, and then the Hawks got fined $100K because Trae Young missed an NBA Cup game. What? Are you for real right now? You're gonna fine a team just because somebody doesn't make your stupid NBA Cup game? I mean, they might have said he was hurt, but I think, didn't he have like a family emergency too? And that's why he missed it? That's fucking ridiculous. What? And Adam Silver wonders why ratings are down. Last up, Nick Bosa got fined $11K for wearing a MAGA hat in a post-game interview. Listen, I don't care for Trump. I don't give a flying fuck about him. I don't like it. It's kind of ridiculous, but he got fined for that, though. I'm not gonna lie. We don't talk politics here, though. No, sir. Even though our country's cooked. Alright. It's mock draft time, baby. We're gonna do NFL first because I have that one locked and ready to go. The reason why I don't have the NBA mock draft ready to go is because the website I do it on, they have a lottery simulator that you can do right before. So, yeah, we're gonna do NFL first, and then we're gonna get the NBA. At number 1, the Tennessee Titans select. They want to go someone generational talent. There's only one generational talent on here, Travis Hunter. Some of these I'll explain, some I'll go rapid fire. Listen, they want to go generational talent. They said they're going to give Will Levis a chance next season. There's just no way they go QB number 1 overall if they're going to give Will Levis another chance. Alright, at 2, I got the Browns going with the QB out of Miami, Cam Ward. Deshaun Watson's going to miss all of next season. The only other QB that's going to be under roster next season is Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who's dog shit. And it sounds like they're drafting a QB from what we hear. And I like Cam Ward more than Shadir right now. And speaking of Shadir, I have him going to the Giants at 3, who also plan to take a QB. These are the only 2 QBs going in the first round. Any other QB in the first round would be an idiot. Maybe Jackson Dart can sneak in late first round. That's a possibility. Because I've seen something that a lot of scouts have had him as their QB2 in this class. I think he could be solid. You know who I don't? You know who some mock drafts having in the late first round I think's overrated as fuck? Jalen Milroe. I just don't think he's going to be good. At 4, I got the Pats going with an edge rusher out of Penn State, Abdul Carter. I know their O-line is trash, but he's easily the best player available on here. Yo, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say he's going to fall all the way to 32 or 31 at the Eagles, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he falls out of the top 10. Especially with the way he's acting. Just like Micah Parsons did. Don't be surprised if he falls. Not all the way at 31, though. That'd be ridiculous. At 5, I got the Jags going with Mason Graham, D-tackle out of Michigan. 6, I got the Raiders. They miss out on Cam Ward and Shadir. This time around, I have them going with... Oh boy, I'm going to butcher this. Teta McMillan. I'm going to butcher his first name all year long. It's funny because he's the best receiver in the class too. Receiver out of Arizona. They could use another weapon beside Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers, and might as well snag him first and then go after like a Jalen Milroe or a Jackson Dart in the second round. And I've seen them they're linked to get a guy like Russ or a Sam Darnold too. Those two are possibilities. At 7, I got the Jets going with the tackle here. I got them going Will Campbell, tackle out of LSU, who could very well end up going as high as 4 to the Pats. Because their O-line's garbage, but, like, Abdul Carter's a stud. So, at 8, I got the Panthers. They don't really have a lot going on the D-line outside of Derek Williams. So, I got them going with Mikael Williams, edge rusher out of Georgia. At 9, I got the Saints. Don't really have a lot going on at safety. Honey Badger is getting up there in age. I got them going with Malachi Starks, safety out of Georgia. At 10, I got the Bears. This might be a slight reach, but their O-line was holding them back so hard last season. I got them going Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle out of Texas, who could maybe slide to the guard, slide one of their tackles into the guard. You never know. At 11, I got the Niners. Don't really have much going on the D-line outside of Nick Bosa. I got them going with James Pierce Jr., edge rusher out of Tennessee. At 12, I got the Cowboys. I actually just saw after I made this that they plan to go receiver with either one of their first 2 picks. I don't feel like changing it, though. I got them going with Ashton Jeanty, running back out of Boise State. They cut Zeke. Their best running back right now is Rico Dowday, who didn't do shit this year. I could see them going either him or Luther Burden. At 13, I got the Dolphins going with a guard out of Bama, Tyler Booker. Their O-line is trash. Alright, at 14, I got the Colts going with Tyler Warren, tight end out of Penn State. Best tight end in Penn State history. Their best tight end on their roster is a former D1 basketball player. No shade to Mo Alley Cox. Just stating the facts here. At 15, I got the Falcons going with, he could be a steal if he falls here, a corner out of Michigan, Will Johnson. Nice little corner, pair him up with A.J. Terrell. At 16, I got the Cardinals. Don't really have a lot going on the D-line. I got them going with Nick Scourton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. At 17, I got the Bengals going with the guy who I just learned of recently. Apparently he tore his ACL earlier in the year, but he's still projected to go first round. I got them going with Siobhan Revel, corner out of East Carolina, a school I almost went to, fun fact. At 18, I got the Seahawks going with O-lineman. They could use some help there. Cameron Williams, tackle out of Texas. At 19, I got the Buccaneers. Don't really have a lot going on linebacker. Levante David's getting up there in age. I got them going Jalen Walker, linebacker out of... Wait. It said Georgia? I could have... Wait. I thought he went to Kansas. Oh, never mind. Thinking of something else. I'm fucking stupid. Never mind. Forget what I just said about him. But yeah, except the fact that Jalen Walker, 19 to the Bucks. At 20, I got the Broncos going with the guy. He could end up being a steal if he falls here. I got them going. They need another receiver next to Cortland Sutton. I've got them going Luther Burden, receiver out of Missouri. At 21, I got the Steelers also taking a receiver, Matthew Golden out of Texas. Need another receiver next to George Pickens. And even George Pickens, they might trade him this offseason just because how he is, but I don't think they should. That'd be stupid. 22, I got the Chargers going with the corner, Benjamin Morris out of Notre Dame. Asante Samuel's a free agent this offseason. I'm sure I'll bring him back. They don't really have a lot going on outside of him, though. At 23, I got the Packers going. He's listed at safety, but it sounds like he could play corner, too. I got them going Jahdae Barron out of Texas. At 24, I got the Vikings boosting up their defense, going with Derek Harmon, D-tackle out of Oregon. At 25, I got the Texans boosting up that O-line that was struggling last year. Got them going Josh Simmons, tackle out of Ohio State. At 26, I got the Rams. We're going back-to-back tackles here. We got them going Armand Membu. Hopefully I said that last name right. Tackle out of Missouri. At 27, I got the Ravens boosting up that defense that was god-awful this year. Used some help on the D-line. I got them going Tyleek Williams, D-tackle out of Ohio State. At 28, I got the Lions also going D-tackle. Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. Him, Ali McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson. Sounds like a filthy D-line, not going to lie. At 29, I got the Commanders going with, this guy could end up being a steal, but he's projected to go late first round. I could see him being a steal here. I got them going Emeka Egbuka, receiver out of Ohio State. It's crazy. They had guys like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, fucking Marvin Harrison, Jackson Smith and Jigba, but Emeka, but this guy is the best receiver. Like he's the all-time leader in Ohio State, something like that. I don't feel like looking it up. At 30, I got the Bills going with the guy. This could be a steal as well. Nick Emamori, safety out of South Carolina. At 31, I got the Chiefs going with a D tackle. Put him next to Chris Jones. Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. And at 32, I got the Eagles. Even though we got Dallas Goedert, he's a little injury prone these days. I got them going the Colston Loveland, tight end out of Michigan. So, shout out Fanspo. We're only going to do lottery, and then we're only going to do lottery this time, and then just sim the lottery. So right now, we got, here's where it's projected. Wizards 1, Jazz 2, Pelicans 3, Hornets 4, Nets 5, Raptors 6, Blazers 7, Thunder with the Sixers first round pick at 8, Bulls 9, Spurs 10, Spurs who have the Hawks, they have the Hawks first round pick at 11, Kings 12, Warriors 13, Rockets 4. Whose first round pick did the Rockets have? Oh, Suns. Okay, let's sim the lottery. Oh! Yo, Sixers pick is top 6 projected, and in this sim we jumped up to 3. Love to see it. Wait, and the Spurs jumped from 11 to 1 as well. Damn, this is crazy. Okay, let's get right into it. At 1, I got the Spurs. If they end up getting this dude somehow, oh god, it's over. Although I'm pretty sure they're gonna go after De'Aaron Fox and make the playoffs. No, not just make the play. If they get De'Aaron Fox, they're getting a top 6 seed. I don't care. Like, him and Wemby would be a deadly duo. Like, I've been saying that I've been saying, like, I see him ending up on the Spurs even before he said that's his preferred destination. You know what's crazy, too? The Lakers won't trade Austin Reeves for De'Aaron Fox. Lakers fans are saying he's better. Wow. I wish I was that delusional. Alright, at 1, I got the Spurs taking Cooper Flagg. Come on. He's been the number 1 pick since he reclassified. You know what? We're going to kick back real quick. And at 2, I got the Raptors. I got the Raptors going with the combo guard here, Dylan Harper. At 3, I got the Sixers. Oh my god, this guy, if we get this guy, him at the 4 would be so sick. I got them going Ace Bailey out of Rutgers. That's a clear top 3 right now. But I think it depends on who's at 2. I think Dylan Harper is a better player than Ace Bailey. But if a team that doesn't need a 1 or 2 ends up at 2, they'll probably end up taking Ace Bailey before him. At 4, I got the Blazers. I got them going with a wing and VJ Edgecombe. They have their point guard whether if it's Anthony Simons or Scoot. They got Shaden Sharp. They got plethora of bigs. Denny Avita can run the 3 or 4. I just got them snagging a wing. More of a 2, but he could probably run the 3. And at 5, I got the Wizards falling from 1 to 5. That's embarrassing. I got them going with. I got them going with a point guard. He's really come up. I bet he was in here. I bet before the season he was probably a late first round pick at best. I got them going with Kasparas Jakusionis. I know for sure I butchered that. Combo guard out of Illinois. At 6, I got the Jazz going. I also got them going a point guard here. Igor Demin out of BYU. Yo, you can't really go wrong with the 6'9" point guard. Him and Keontae George. I mean, Keontae George has been a little inconsistent, but those two in the backcourt sounds kind of nice. Not gonna lie. At 7, I got the Pelicans. I think they're gonna go. They'll probably go best player available here, which is Trey Johnson, wing out of Texas. At 8, I got the Hornets here. They have LaMelo. Brandon Miller, they could run him at the 2 or 3. They got Mark Williams at the 5. Tijaz Salons looks solid. I got them going best player available, in my opinion. I got them going with Liam McNeely, wing out of UConn. At 9, I got the Nets. Let's see. They don't really have a lot going on. They'll probably go best player available. They got Cam Thomas at the 2. They got Nick Claxton at the 5. Every other position is a question mark right now. I have them going with the guy who's really come up out of nowhere the past month or so. Jeremiah Fears, point guard out of Oklahoma. At 10, I got the Bulls going. With a big in Kaman Maluk. Wow, I just butchered that. He's a big body. 7'2", 250. 11, I got the Spurs. They took Cooper Flag with the first pick. I got them going, they love their overseas guys. I got them going with a combo guard, Ben Saraf out of Israel. At 12, I got the Kings. De'Aaron Fox is on his way out. They got Sabonis. They got Keegan Murray. A little consistent. Everywhere else is a question mark for sure. But I got them going Con Kneppel out of Duke. Wow. A lot of last names I probably butchered. Not gonna lie. Alright. At 13, I got the Warriors. I got them going with a big who's been he's in quite a bright spot for Georgia basketball this year. Yeah, Georgia basketball, by the way. I got them going Asa Newell, power forward out of Georgia. And at 14, I got the Rockets. I feel like they're going to go best player available here. I got them going with Noah Essing, forward out of France. I was between him or Colin Murray Boyles, power forward out of South Carolina, but I feel like he's more versatile. So yeah, that is my mock draft, which I gotta log in and save so I can post. I gotta log in and save this so I can post this on the Instagram. Yo, follow the Instagram, by the way, Call the Game Podcast. Yo, real talk. Should I start a Call the Game Twitter account? Because I'm officially don't have TikTok anymore because I deleted the app, even though that shit didn't last. Now that we've done that, let's get into the good stuff, the reality TV part. Survivor. We got Survivor, Deal or No Deal Island, and Traders. Yeah, Survivor 48 cast officially dropped yesterday, even though we already knew from the preview after Survivor 47 who's on the cast, but now we know more. I just went through all these videos. I'll just rapid fire go who's on the cast and one takeaway from each member. So first up, we got Bianca Roses, 33, PR consultant, originally from West Orange, New Jersey, but she currently lives in Arlington, Virginia. She's Italian as fuck. From West Orange, makes sense. She said Jeff is her Survivor godfather. Nice. Survivor godfather. Alright, next up we got Mary Zane, 31, substance abuse counselor. She's from Montgomery Village, Maryland, but she currently lives in Philly. She really wants to be like Ben, the winner of Survivor 35, Heroes vs. Hustlers versus... I don't remember the name. That season's ass. Why? That's a good question. Next up we got Star Toomey. Her name's Star. That's sick. She's 28, a sales expert, originally from Liberia, but she currently lives in Augusta, Georgia. One takeaway: she was fired up during her video. Oh my god! So the videos, they're like, blah 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 blah, like for like 5 seconds normally, and then they'll show like the info thing. I swear her intro thing, her thing before they popped that up was like at least 20 seconds. She was fired up. I like her. Next up, we got Chrissy Sarnowski, 55, oldest on the cast, fire lieutenant. She's lived in the south side of Chicago her whole life. She said she might be ass at making fire, even though she's a firefighter. Next up, we got Justin Piopi, 29. He's a pizzeria manager, which is his family's. He's lived in Winthrop, Massachusetts his whole life. He wants to be seen as the goofy ass motherfucker. I'm getting Andy vibes from this dude, I'm not gonna lie. Youngest guy on the cast too, I'm pretty sure. Next up, we got Charity Nelms. Kinda hot, not gonna lie. Who said that? Not me. She's 34. She's a flight attendant from Monroe, Michigan, but she currently lives in St. Petersburg, Florida. She's religious as fuck. She grew up in a religious and strict household. Yeah. Next up, we got Cedric McFadden, 46, surgeon from Columbia, South Carolina, but he lives in Greenville, South Carolina currently. One takeaway: he sees some uncomfortable shit as a surgeon. So, if his patients trust him enough to show him some shit, other castaways might seem as trustworthy. He's got potential. He's got potential, I feel like. He could be a dangerous player. Next up, we got Kevin Loon. I think that's how you say it. 34, finance manager. He's from Fremont, California, but he currently lives in Livermore, California. He said he's going to make pomade out of coconut shavings and seawater. Nice. I like this guy. Next up, we got Thomas Krodinger. 34, music executive. He's from the Woodlands, Texas, but he currently lives in LA. He said he's got to be a super fan of whatever he's into. Whether if it's Survivor or sports, got to be a super fan. Next up, we got David Kinney. He's 39. He's a stunt performer from Long Beach, California, but he currently lives in Buena Park, California. Okay. He's a big chocolate milk guy. He was like, dude, this guy's ripped as fuck. He wants to be a challenge beast. But he was like, yeah, you want to know how I'm so ripped? All I do is drink chocolate milk. What a guy. Yeah, big chocolate milk guy. Next up, we got Camilla Karthikesu. She's the Canadian of the season. She's 31, software engineer. Originally from Toronto, but she currently lives in Foster City, California. I remember someone on Twitter saying when Cash dropped, she's very obnoxious at the bar. I don't know if she's going to get very far. Next up, we got Joe Hunter, 45, fire captain. So we got 2 firefighters on the cast. From Vacaville, California. Currently lives in West Sacramento, California. Not just any Sacramento, West Sacramento. He's a former D1 football player and track athlete. We got a dual sport athlete out here. Pretty sure he said he was a single dad, too. I could be wrong, though. Next up, I'm going to butcher her first name. Sayunia, which goes by Cy Hewley, 30, marketing professional. She's from Philly, but currently lives in Simi Valley, California. She holds grudges. Not a good sign. Not a good sign whatsoever. She was raised by her mom and grandma. Fun fact. Next up, we got Mitch Guerra, 34. He's a PE teacher. He's from Waco, Texas. Currently lives there as well. He has a stutter, but he seems like an absolute beauty. Next up, we got Kyle Frazier, 31, an attorney from Roanoke, Virginia. He lives in Brooklyn currently. He claims he's the most average guy ever. Average athletics, average smarts, academics, most average guy. Him, Joe, or Cedric, I could see one of them winning. Listen. I don't know if we're gonna get 4 female winners in a row. You know, can't go wrong with the girl power, but I don't see it happening. Where were we? Next up, we got Eva Erickson, 24, youngest on the cast, PhD candidate from Eagan, Minnesota, but she currently lives in Providence, Rhode Island. She's autistic as fuck. We love that. Absolutely love that. Gonna be rooting for her all day. And her and her friends made a Survivor drinking game, which she won. Hell yeah. Next up, we got Shahin Davari, 38. He's the debate professor from East Bay, California, but he currently lives in Costa Mesa, California. He was a Survivor 46 alternate. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure he was on the original cast of Survivor 46, and then he got dropped because he was rubbing people the wrong way. Not sure if I'm feeling this guy. I don't think he's gonna get very far. He said he's a big fire making guy. No. And he wants the fucking, I think he said he was like, whenever they do split tribal, they should have the 2 voted out compete in fire, and whoever wins makes the jury. Okay, you can be first boot. And then finally, we got Stephanie Berger, 38, tech product lead. She's from NYC, but she currently lives in Brooklyn. And she said in her first work meeting that she said she's going to need off her whenever she gets cast on Survivor. I like her. Alright? And that's that. Next episode, probably Survivor won't be on yet, so we won't talk about that much until the following. Next, let's talk a little Deal or No Deal Island. So last time we talked was after the premiere episode. Since then, we got episode 2. Dr. Will pulled up and was kind of ripping them all to shreds for only getting $1 on the final case. Nobody there likes him except for Rock, who we'll get to in a minute. So they had, Parvati and Philip are an absolute dynamic duo. 'Cause those two have been running every channel, basically every. Anyway, yeah, they said, dude, those two have been ripping it together in challenges. Parvati has been safe literally every fucking challenge so far. Good for her. Fuck yeah, we love that. Listen, I'm not rooting for her to win. I'm rooting for her to get far, like Boston Rob last season. Like, I want to see one of the newbies win. And then, yeah, so it was between CK and Lachelle, and Rock and Sydney. That was her name, right? Ginger chick. Yeah, Sydney. So they played not just individual. They were playing in teams. Those two were at the bottom. one of those four ends up going home. So Philip and Parvati picked CK and Lachelle to play. They ended up making a good deal. I think they added. Hold on, stand by. I forget how much they added, but they ended up sending Sydney home, even though CK made a deal with Sydney. I don't like CK. She's fucking annoying. Where is she? Like, okay, they added 281,000. And then, yeah, since, dude, like, CK was up Parvati's ass. And now, during that one challenge, they were like, oh, like, hey, pick them, don't pick me. Like, oh my god, fuck off, you're so annoying. But her and Dr. Will, the rivalry there, I like that. Alright, and then, so yeah, they ended up making a good deal, and then they sent home Sydney. Next up, so CK and Maria Grace ended up winning the next challenge. Everyone else was at risk except for Parvati and Philip. And then they ended up picking Rock to play. He was going to send home Seychelles if he ended up making a good deal. Oh my god. Yo. He was down bad during the game. First round, Buddy has picked 4 cases, all of them from the right column. And then and then obviously, no deal, because you don't take the first deal. That's some pussy shit. And then all of them were all from he picked all 4 cases, well, 3 out of 4 from the left column. And then he picked the second high, and then I think he had like the 2.5 million, something like that. But wait. So he ends up taking the deal for the group. Of course. His case has the 1.5 million, which is the highest case in the game by far. So it was like $1, fucking $5, the other cases, whatever. So he goes home. Next up, dude, and then Dr. Will came through, won the challenge when he would have been goner if he didn't. Apparently there was a deleted scene where he tried to put himself in the game. Well, and Joe wouldn't let him. So he ends up picking Dixon. Dixon is a fucking dog. So the 2 highest cases, right, are 5 million and 2.5 million. He goes all the way. Those are the last 2 cases left. And then the deal was like, I think it was like 3 something. He takes no deal. He ends up getting the 5 million. He made a deal with Dr. Will. He would send CK home. And then he ends up sending Storm home, who was in a relationship, who having a former little showmance with Maria Grace. And then, yeah, Dixon was like, yeah, fuck that. Apparently, Storm was an alternate for Big Brother, fun fact. Yeah. So we left in the game, we got Letty, CK, David, Dixon, Lachelle, MG, Parvati, Philip, Seychelles, Dr. Will, who's on borrowed time. But I'm pretty sure he plays the game at least once before he goes. Alright, now we gotta recap traders real quick. Last time we talked, it was Tony just got banished. So we get to the little coffin. Gabby caught Danielle and Carolyn. She heard Danielle's voice coming out of the thing, out of the bookcase. And then, so they had to pick 3 people put in coffins and then decide which one to kill. They chose Jeremy, who is hardcore after Danielle. Kind of a stupid move. Nikki, who's just there, and then Sierra, who up until she got picked for the coffin was invisible. Where was I? Yeah, they ended up killing Jeremy. And apparently Jeremy and Nikki were comparing notes about fucking Jeremy was sussing on Danielle. Next thing you know, and Jeremy's gone. Yo, these faithfuls are fucking stupid. Oh my god. So, you know who ends up getting banished? Bob the Drag Queen. First trader off the board because he basically he basically threw Boston Rob under the bus without throwing Boston Rob under the bus. Because he was like, yo, one of the newbies gotta be a trader for sure. What? Like, why would you do that? Too early. And even Boston Rob, like, why? Too early for a little trader-on-trader activity. So, Bob the Drag Queen, he gets banished. 1 trader down, 3 to go. Moving on. And then, yeah. So, last week, Robin got murdered. No! We love Robin out here. Right? Yeah, Robin got murdered last week. I was in my bag. It was between her and Gabby, too. Oh, God. Oh, boy. We would have been down bad if either one of them got murdered. And Sam, too. Sam's just there. Sam and Ivor don't do shit. In fact, that Ivor almost got murdered, too, and they ended up murdering him. Why? They don't contribute anything. Like, at least Sandoval is just fucking lost in the sauce and, like, throwing out names left and right. He's actually funny to watch, even though he's a scumbag. Like, what? Sam and Ivor are just there. They don't... Like, they're not going to get banished because nobody thinks either of them are traitors. What? And then, yeah, Robin getting murdered is just a stupid move because multiple people are on to Danielle, and she didn't even think Danielle was a traitor. Yo, her Carolyn impression is so funny. She's like, ah. Yo, Carolyn better win as a solo trader or rewrite on God. And then, who got banished? Nikki. Nikki got banished because everyone was so for sure that one of the traders was picked in the one of the traders was in the coffin. Yo, Chriselle. Yo, she's fucking brain dead. The only time she contributed so far was to throw one of her fellow Bambi girls under the bus. Why? Why would you throw one of your closest allies under the bus? And even if she was a traitor, she would be keeping you safe. Like, this chick is fucking brain dead. And then we'll get to last night's episode in a minute. Yeah, and she's trying to cling on the fucking Sandoval. She's trying to, I guess she's good friends with Ariana Madix, the host of Love Island. Scandoval happened. She's trying to get some clout from that. Even though that shit was over a year ago. Yeah, the Lord Scandoval is fucking crazy. This dude was cheating on her while she was at her grandma's funeral. Fuck. And then, and then Danielle and Carolyn were talking about going after Boston Rob after he takes out Bob the Drag Queen. And then Danielle, for some reason, wants to go after Carolyn because she's the best trader. She wants to get both Boston Rob and Carolyn out and then recruit someone. What? Like, she's trying to get Carolyn out like fucking Dan did Phaedra last season. Dog. Yeah. Listen, I fuck with Big Brother, but, like, can we not have a Big Brother trader next season, please? And then, yeah, Carolyn was heated in the turret last night. Oh my god. Because Danielle's throwing her name out to multiple people. Brittany, Dylan, Gabby. Like, oh boy. And then they murdered Bob H, who was on the Boston Rob. Why do they keep giving Boston Rob all the power? Because they keep murdering people that are on the Boston Rob, which just puts a target on him. Yeah, I don't know. How the fuck did Boston Rob survive last night? Him or Danielle for sure should have been should have gotten banished. And then fucking, like, Derek laid out all the facts here. lay out all the facts, had such good evidence for why Boston Rob's a traitor, and then Boston Rob was like, nope, it's Wes. And everyone fucking votes out Wes. Even like Gabby hates Wes, but still voted Boston Rob, you know. She's a genius. We love Gabby. And then, who was it? Yo, CR? She was like, she was saying at breakfast, she was like, yeah, Boston Rob kind of sus. He went after Bob the drag queen. He wants us all to think she's a traitor. And then she ends up voting Wes? What? And then, we got a little sneak peek of the turret at the end of the episode. Literally, look, Carolyn is bold. I love her. I want her to see her win as a solo trader. Or someone gets recruited, someone get recruited when. She literally looks at Danielle and says, we gotta go, and says to Boston Rob, we gotta go after Danielle. Right to her face. That's insane. Alright, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, or the All-Star Weekend.